In the NBA, whenever two or more stars are out of the lineup, always bet with that team that first night, that first game.
The first night.
And it's the hungry bench mob mentality. No matter what you think of their bench, no matter what you think of, oh, they're all bums or whatever. Because like Golden State, who can you even name on their bench? But probably not a ton of guys.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Those guys are going to come out and play so hard and so hungry against that other team. They almost always cover or even basically win. And this year the percentage is like nuts. But even over the course of the past, as I've been tracking it the past 5 years, that's been the case. I'm going to tell you what, because I've been answering some texts here. So really quick here on the NBA. These teams have been losing. For example, when 2 stars or more or 2 or 3 starters are out, for a team, for example, Golden State Warriors, okay, Steph Curry was out, another starter, and they just beat Milwaukee Bucks. You had the Denver Nuggets with Murray, Jokic, and Brown out. They beat Golden State.
Yeah.
And so forth and so forth, right? And just, what I told somebody yesterday from a gambling standpoint is this, and I've been on this for about 4 or 5 years now. I heard this from somebody on YouTube about 6 years ago. In the NBA, whenever 2 or more stars are out of the lineup, always bet with that team that first night, that first game.
The first night.
And it's the hungry bench mob mentality. No matter what you think of their bench, no matter what you think of, oh, they're all bums or whatever. Because like Golden State, who can you even name on their bench? But probably not a ton of guys.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Those guys are going to come out and play so hard and so hungry against that other team. They almost always cover or even basically win. And this year the percentage is like nuts. But even over the course of the past, as I've been tracking it the past 5 years, that's been the case. But it's still so weird to me. And what Vegas will do is once these guys are named out, for example, Denver Nuggets were -2 tonight. That was with them presumably in -2 Denver Nuggets. Now the Lakers are -5. That's almost an 8-point swing. Okay.
Because why?
Because Jokic and Murray were just ruled out literally like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay. They were just ruled out. So this is back-to-back games they're going to sit out. And then also you got the playoffs are coming. Our team's trying to get these guys rest.
But you're saying the Nuggets were -2.
Yeah, there's two things I'm talking about here.
Lakers are now -5, so they've went from being an underdog going into the game to a pretty good favorite.
Yes.
But the Vegas rule would have us roll with the Nuggets.
Boom, I'm glad you mentioned that. Only the first time.
First game.
Yeah. Always, I just told somebody, literally, I was just texting her back. Now it's time to take the Lakers. You ham on the Lakers. The bench mob had their game. They had their moment. They're fun. They won. They balled out. Bench players are bench players because they're inconsistent. You're going to smash the Lakers now. You know what I mean? And probably literally if you're a woman. And or whatever. And
whatever.
and that's how it goes.
You're out here uncovering people as gay. Why not members of the Lakers?
Now that's one element of it, the gambling element. But what really was more interesting to me is like, how do these teams allow? How do a full Milwaukee Bucks team, a full whatever, Denver Nuggets, how do you allow yourself to lose to an undermanned team when you need the win?
It does go to kind of what you said. There was another interesting story. Like for me, I thought there was some video of the White Mamba, Brian Scalabrine, playing like one-on-one pickup with some dude outdoors, and it was extremely physical. And then Matt Barnes gave a little context to that matchup. I don't know if you saw that, but he's like, this dude is like a guy that he doesn't have a real playing resume, but he's a pickup guy and he's physical and he fouls the crap out of people, and this is what he does, and he kind of just mauls people to death. But it's like Scalabrine, who's a real NBA player, not a great NBA player, kind of went out there and beat the guy at his own game, had him frustrated and quitting and everything else. And Barnes' point was this: it's like, you take a guy like Scalabrine, who they played in college together, he might have been a deep bench guy in an NBA setting, but he's a real basketball player. And there's dudes throughout the league that can really play in comparison to average humans, even guys that, there are levels to this. And so the guys are in the league have ability. But you're right. Inconsistency controls opportunity for most of these guys. But if you come out and you've been playing, 8 minutes a game, or maybe taking some DNP CDs, and you get a word at 5 o'clock that you're maybe starting, or you're going to definitely play a considerable amount, you get excited. You get hyped up. You're ready to go, and you're going to put on that effort. You got something literally to prove to every team in the league that, given the opportunity, you can produce. And yeah, you're probably a little pissed off, like you got a small role on a team, and fuck it, tonight I'm going. and there, that can carry you. And then to that other point though, you're going to go into that game motivated. Your bench mob, it's 2, 3, 4, you guys getting a better opportunity, like it's your game 7. And the other team, full of starters, was, probably going through the day thinking, I got my matchup with Jokic, here's what I want to do, this is what and suddenly, 2 hour before the game, he ain't even playing. Like, now I got to match up against whoever, and I'm not really excited to do that. And, it's that thing. And then when you get in a game, and a team's playing well, and we're about to start March Madness. We're going to see that happen at the college level.
Oh, yeah, plenty.
Once you get in a game and give a team an opportunity and they believe they can win, you got something to deal with on your hands. But the truth is, the inconsistency's there, and if you have to roll that lineup out, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row, it's going to get exploited. People, they know going into the night, hey, this is who's available for them, and this is what we're going to be able to do with them, and make them uncomfortable.
Yeah. Even it was a article came out this morning, like Doc Rivers pulls Giannis and Lillard in after the game into his office and talk about what happened. Like, they're pissed that they lost to a underman, whatever, Golden State team.
Yeah.
Jimmy was still out there, Jimmy and Draymond, but still no Steph, no a couple other star role players. Yeah. That always kills me, but I guess that is the right reasoning for it. And back up for sure.
But when you have an elite team, or you think you have one, like you're elite because you don't subject yourselves as much to those kind of night in, night out effort things.
Yeah.
That you kind of have a standard night after night, that you're just locked in and you're rolling and you're playing to your standard, and you're not like, oh, who are we playing tonight? That's when you go back to like the 73-9 Warriors. Like, they just got locked in at a level that was just like, hey, I don't care who we're playing. We're going for the throat.
Yeah.
And and that's where you want to be. The realistic thing is most people don't have the mentality to do that for 82 games or more. And
it has to be damn near impossible. Yeah. Like, because it's rare for a team to do that. OKC, for the most part, has done that. Even the Cavs are slipping here down late here in the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has to be tough to do. No, that's for sure. All right.